Debate me all you want. Pump equals growth, period. I'm up for the challenge. I will debate you right now. Coach Greg, in today's video, does Nick Walker know how to train? Does he know how to build muscle? Last year, it looked like his career was over, but he's made a comeback. He's currently one of the best bodybuilders in the world. And I'm watching him speak, explaining how to build muscle, and I'm thinking, hey, he makes a lot of sense. But then the next video, he says the exact opposite, and so this is what I'm thinking. Nick Walker just yaps a lot, says a bit of everything, and hopes that sometimes he hits it out of the park. And so let's start when he gets it right.
I don't know if there's like a thing of hitting the fast twitch fibers, slow twitch fibers.
And so we're talking about building muscle. If you want to learn how to build muscle properly and effectively, well, that's what we're going to talk about right now. I don't talk science, I talk experience. And so Nick Walker, he's not a science-based lifter. He's a practical trainer. He gets his gains from going to the gym, and he says, based on my experience, this is what you should do.
And everyone's different. If you connect better in a lower rep range,
Turk!
do it, bro. I don't talk science. I talk experience.
And so he doesn't talk science, but proceeded to talk science for about 2 minutes.
What?
Here's the thing. He doesn't understand science. He talks science, or at least he tries to. He just doesn't get it. And so he says, you know, I don't know if it's fast twitch or slow twitch. I just train and I just do my thing. It's experience. And so if you're a science-based lifter, what is the point? Well, maybe it has some merit, but maybe it doesn't. Okay, Nick, this is how it works. The heavier the load, the more fast twitch fibers you're using, and the lighter the load, the more slow twitch muscle fibers you're using. But you're using both. When you first start lifting, the first several reps, it's more slow twitch fibers, but then as you proceed to go towards failure, it's gonna recruit more fast twitch fibers. The heavier the load, the closer you get to failure, the more your body's gonna recruit fast twitch fibers, and the lighter it is, the more it's slow twitch fibers. Hence the fact that when you see marathon runners, they're a lot smaller, but yet sprinters, they have a lot more muscle. More fast twitch fibers has the ability to grow bigger muscles than slow twitch. And so if you are born with mostly slow twitch fibers, you're never going to look like Nick Walker. I don't care how many steroids, growth hormone, and so on that you're doing. But if you're like I Show Speed, who likely has more fast twitch muscle fibers, as evidenced by the fact that he's an incredible sprinter, it's much easier for him to put on muscle than for a marathon runner. Oh, you're thinking, no, I Show Speed can't put on muscle? Why does he have so many natty or not accusations? Have you seen him as of late? He's put on so much muscle that no one seems to believe that he's natural. I did a natty or not on him 5 months ago, and he had put on 15 pounds of mostly muscle, lean tissue. And since that time, he's continued to grow.
I'm not even big and you saying that. I'm not big at all.
He is looking that big. Comparing I Show Speed a year ago till today, he looks like he's been on steroids. Visually, the eye test, it's pretty incredible the amount of muscle that he's put on. I watched him doing some arm wrestling with Brian Shaw, and he said he weighed 180 pounds. Bro is 5'8". He weighed about 150 pounds years ago. And so close to 30 pounds he's added in a year. I mean, how is that possible? Is he taking steroids?
How do I take a steroid P-test? I take a P-test live on stream.
I personally believe him. I don't think that he's juicing. I think that he's just got great genetics and he's training. And so when you get exquisite genetics combined with training, like I Show Speed, you can put on muscle. And you're thinking, well, it's not possible. Have we not seen Hussein Farhat? I know you hate it. Oh my goodness, you're such a bad person because you said Hussein is natural. 4 blood work tests he passed and a lie detector. Oh, but those are not accurate. I would dare you to go and get a lie detector test and 4 blood work tests after taking steroids.
Turk! Train hard, connect with a muscle, whether it's 6 reps or 20 reps, you're hit.
Turk!
Muscle.
And so this is where Nick Walker gets it right. If you connect more doing sets of 6 reps, well, go for 6. If you like it more to do, for example, 20 reps, then do 20. And what does science say? Well, Nick, science says that you're right. Whether you do sets of 6 or sets of 20, so long as you go to failure or close to failure, both can grow muscles equally. And so in this video, he actually gets it right. I do believe it was a guess, But he is right after all. And remember, he's basing this on experience. He's saying, I don't remember what doing sets of 6 is. I don't like that. I'd rather do 12 to perhaps 20 reps. Lighter weights, great control, squeezing, time under tension, gonna build a boatload of muscle. And what I believe is that you probably shouldn't be closer to 20, but you should be closer to 12. 8 to 12, in my opinion. When doing sets of 20, there's greater fatigue and it's going to take you longer to recover. And so if you were to do sets of 20 every single day in comparison to 10, 5 sets of 20, it's 100 reps. 5 sets of 10, it's only 50 reps. And so which do you think is harder to perform? If your goal is simply to build muscle, I would aim more for the 8 to 12 repetitions because it's going to be easier to get close to failure and easier to recover from. And not only that, when you train very, very heavy, for example, sets of 5, the chances of injury are greater. Think of it. What do you think you're going to be more likely to tear your pec on? Rep 20 on the bench press or rep 5?
Time and time again, bro.
In the next video, here's Nick Walker contradicting everything he's saying in this video. And so can he just stick to an opinion and go with it? Why does he keep changing his mind? Debate me all you want. Pump equals growth, period. I'm up for the challenge. I will debate you right now.
Your scientific people can debate me all you want. Pump equals bigger muscle.
And so he says, scientific people can debate you all you want. I'm a guy with both science and experience. Remember, I'm also an IFBB pro with 4 decades of experience, 40 years. Now, I don't have his genetics. I'm not as good as him. I'm not as big as him, but I do have the education as well as the experience. And so I combined it all into one.
It just shows you had a good workout. Doesn't equivalent to growth. Tell that to Jay. Tell that to Ronnie. Tell that to all the 90 bodybuilders that literally trained for the pump.
Yeah, there's a high degree of correlation between getting a pump and building muscle. Almost anyone who goes to the gym and does sets are going to get a pump. And so you can say, see, pump equals growth. Well, was it the pump that caused the growth or the fact that you did all those sets with heavy weights? Let me give you an example of how to get a pump without building muscle. I raced yesterday for almost an hour and a half on the bike. 17 sprints were performed. It's a lot. My legs were blown up. Big pump. But I also did an hour and a half of cardio. How many of you people think that if I just do that all the time, that my legs are going to grow and become a Mr. Olympia champion? Or do you think that I would build more muscle in my legs by not sprinting for a minute plus multiple times during a race and just doing sets of squats? Let's take these two people. I go to the gym and I do 10 sets of 6 repetitions. Bench press. I rest 5 to 10 minutes between sets. 6 reps. Go pretty hard. 1 rep of failure, perhaps failure. End of the workout, I have a little bit of a pump, sure. And so I build some muscle. Great. In comparison, I go to the gym and I do 100 reps to failure. Crazy pump. Unbelievable. My pump is huge. In comparison, when I did 10 sets of 6, smaller pump. Little bit, not nearly as much. Which do you think builds more muscle? The all-out set to 100 or 10 sets of 6? If it's all about the pump, why don't we just get pumps? And so if it's all about the pump, why is it that the pump is not going to give you as much muscle as training scientifically, which is lower repetitions to failure? He contradicts himself. In the first video, he says, if it's 6 reps and you feel it, then go for that. If it's 20 and you feel it, then do that. Either or, pick the one that you like better. But in the second video, which by the way is taken in the very same day, he says it's all about the pump. And so he's going for 20 reps. Anyone going to debate me? Nick Walker asked to debate me. And so I'm debating you. Does doing 20 reps give you a bigger pump than 5? The answer is yes. So by definition, based on what he's saying a bigger pump builds more muscle and therefore 20 reps builds more muscle than 5. He's the one that wanted the debate. He's saying that science-based training is bullshit or it has its place a little bit, but I have experience. I have both. And so my opinion, he was right in the first place. You can build just as much muscle doing sets of 6 as you can doing sets of 20. Depends on how you like to train. My anaerobic lactic energy system, it's through the roof. That's when you can do heavy weights for high reps. For example, 20, 30, and so on. Other powerlifters, for example, their anaerobic alactic energy system is through the roof. That's doing super heavy weights for 1, 2, perhaps 3, maybe 5 reps at most. In that first energy system, you're going to be relying predominantly on ATP. In the second energy system, the anaerobic lactic energy system, glycolytic, it's going to be using muscle glycogen as well as converting lactic acid for energy. And so for these individuals, for example, sets of 30 seconds and or a minute, for example, sprinting up a short hill or doing a Guinness World Record deadlift, that is the energy system that you primarily rely on. Now, the third energy system, it's aerobic. That's when you go all day. Aerobic, you're going to get a pump, but it doesn't build as much muscle as the other energy systems. And so if you're just thinking it's all about the pump, well, when I do a warm-up on the bike for 10 minutes, for example, I have a pump, but it's not building muscle. It's not just about the pump. The pump is a byproduct of doing heavy sets for extended periods of time. And so, Nick, feel free to respond back to this debate where you feel like it's just all about the pump. You're saying, you know, that's what Jay Cutler and Ronnie Coleman always said. Ronnie Coleman was famous for saying nothing but a peanut, lightweight baby, and doing sets of 2 on the deadlift or 2 on the squat. Did we not see Ronnie Coleman train? Since when did Ronnie Coleman only train for a pump? Now, Jay Cutler, he doesn't rest a lot between sets. This is true. But he also trains hard, and he has a lot of volume. Whatever you want to do in the gym, if you want to go to the gym and rest 5 minutes between sets, or if you want to go and rest 1 or 2 minutes between sets, you're going to get more pump with resting 1 or 2 minutes, but doesn't mean you're going to build more muscle than if you rest 5. And so my advice, train the way you want, do whatever program makes you happy and the program that you enjoy and that you like, that you can continue to do for the rest of your life. That is a program that's going to equal the most gains. And of course, if you're trying to do the sets with less rest between sets, consider GO2 Max. Improve your cardio, improve your recovery. And if you want to build more muscle, Turk Platinum or Turk Builder Max. Don't forget about the Blue Lobster pre-workout with solidroside as well as beta-alanine. Beta-alanine allows you to buffer more lactic acid, have more energy for those extended sets. For example, you're doing a set to failure for a minute, going to make a significant difference. Code Greg, 15% off. And by the way, we of course have money back guarantees and a $20 gift card if the supplements don't greatly exceed your expectations. If you're looking for a coach, click the link in the description and apply right now. I'm coaching several athletes, both competitors and non-competitors. And so if you're interested, apply right now. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Please like the video if you liked it. Don't forget to watch one of those 2 bloops. Interested in getting the cookbook, or if you want your blood work done, go to AlgoRx, click the link, code Greg, 10% off, as well as they sell enclomiphene, telmisartan, Cialis, Viagra, semaglutide, tirzepatide, the list goes on and on. If you're interested, they have very cheap prices. Doctors prescribe these. It's 100% legal. Click the link, and until next time, I am out.